Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you're not, thanks for returning. I appreciate it. In the final part of our look at Elvis in 1969, I'm going to take a look at some of the releases that feature live recordings from those dates at the very end of July and into August of that year. And I'm going to start right at the very beginning with this album. We've encountered this earlier on when we looked at Back in Memphis. This came out in the October of 1969. As ever, RCA didn't hang around, so they'd recorded some dates in August, and by October they'd already put out an album of those recordings. It's not a single concert. It is recordings taken on several dates and then put together to make one album. So your track listing: Blue Suede Shoes, Johnny Be Good, All Shook Up, Are You Lonesome Tonight, Hound Dog, I Can't Stop Loving You, My Babe, Mystery Train, Tiger Man, Words, In the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds, and Can't Help Falling in Love. So, you know, they obviously wanted to give a flavour of Elvis live in '69. So you got some of the original hits, Blue Suede Shoes, All Shook Up, etc. Then you got some tracks that he hadn't done before, My Babe, Words, and then two of the big hits, In the Ghetto and Suspicious Minds. So it's basically a live compilation. Fantastic listen, absolutely superb. And although they went with a shot from the NBC special on the cover, the back did feature shots taken at the August season in Las Vegas. As you can see, he's got the Gretsch Country Gentleman guitar there, he's got the J200 acoustic, and he's wearing the two-piece outfit, tunic and trousers. That's the only vinyl I own of '69. There were quite a few live recordings that are on my list, but right here, at this moment, this is the only actual vinyl album I own of the '69 live recordings. So moving on to CDs in that case, there we have the FTD release. This, as with quite a few of the FTDs, is a double CD. Get the back and see if I can get. See, now last time I said about how the spindles are a little bit on the flimsy side, and there's another illustration. You get them out and your disc falls. It's pretty annoying. But there you go. Yeah, it looks like I've got a broken tooth, and it's not like you can replace the sleeves on these, so that's a little bit annoying. But there you go. Right, let's get the booklet out, have a little flick through. Okay, so we get the original album, we get bonus songs recorded during that time, we get some rare performances. And then on disc 2, we get the complete August the 22nd, 1969 dinner show. So, really nice record of those shows. And some more kind of laid out in the style of the back of the original album, which is nice. A few little bits and pieces. And then I have this weighty fellow, which is, this came out on Sony Legacy 2019, so would have been the 50th anniversary of the shows. And this is an absolute gem. It's an 11 disc box set. 11 discs, each one featuring a concert from that season. So what have we got? We've got a booklet and we've got 2 envelopes of CDs. Hopefully none of these are going to fall out when I open them up. Now, last time when I held one of these up, I managed to get it all in shot, but I think this one's even bigger, so I'm not sure I'm going to do it. We're going to have to do a sort of fly past. There we go. And you can see all the discs sit in their little pockets within that. So really, really nicely put together, that. And the second envelope stroke book, really lovely. I might stand a better chance on this because I think it's slightly smaller. He spoke too soon. No, we're going to have another fly pass. Look, here we go. And all the discs, you can see them peeking out of the little pockets. So there are your 2 sets of the discs, and then you get your booklet. Which has been put together with quite some care and thought. Just love those live shots from this season. Just you can feel the energy coming off them, the passion and the intensity. You know, flicking through these pictures or flicking through, you know, any of the booklets that come with these, or even the books that I featured last time, while listening to this set, will give you a real feel for how absolutely mind-blowing it must have been to have been there in those crowds during that opening season in summer 1969. Can't imagine it. Can't imagine it. I just love the way Elvis started looking at this time. You know, he went for quite colourful silk scarves with a lot of these outfits, just to give them a little bit of colour. Obviously, that predates the later Vegas years, when he always used to have the scarves that he'd throw out into the crowd routinely. But I suppose this was the sort of genesis of that, where he's just wearing these. They're almost like cravats, kind of patterned cravats. There is the belt that was given to Elvis, presented by Alex Shufi on the last date of the engagement, and it was a gold belt styled like a boxer's belt, because they knew Elvis had loved the idea that it was kind of like a championship award belt. Basically, he broke all attendance records in Vegas, so that was the belt that they gave him. And I was lucky enough to actually hold that belt last November at the exhibition held in London. Pop a little photograph up there to show you that. But yeah, in actual fact, that photograph that they've got in the booklet is after the belt had been adorned with extra jewels at Elvis's bequest, but I don't think that I think that might have been 71 he had that done. So in 70 it didn't have that, it was just the plain. It's silver and gold plated, if memory serves me correctly. But yeah, beautiful set this. Should still be available fairly easily. No idea what it sells for. It's got to be towards the £100, if not in excess, but you're getting 11 discs, 11 live shows. They have been remixed, so they're not, certainly they're not in their original form, but to me they sound fantastic. Got absolutely no complaints on that score at all from me. Just, you know, the amount of, when you think about, as Elvis fans, we're quite sort of prone to whinging about what we don't get and what we, you know, what we get in and how it comes and how infrequently it comes. But when you think about, you know, what's produced, 11 concerts in one box set from one season, beautifully presented, beautifully put together. I really don't think we can complain too much. I think in many ways we're quite spoiled. Not many artists get this kind of treatment. Not many artists deserve this kind of treatment, if I'm brutally honest. But yeah, I think they're fantastic. I really do think. I was thinking, why is he showing that? That's really boring. That's because it opens out like that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. You know, Elvis 69 live, can't go wrong. Absolutely brilliant. So, as is my usual sort of pattern, I'm going to try and show a couple of things that aren't as mainstream as what I've shown so far. So we're in strict bootleg territory for all of these. This is the CMT Star label. This is the second in their live Chronicle season. I showed the first of these, I'm Evil, a couple of episodes ago, the 68 special releases. But this one's called Vegas Throat, which apparently was a thing that performers in Vegas experienced due to the humidity and the heat and the dry conditions, etc. So Elvis obviously had to drink a lot of his Gatorade to fight against Vegas Throat. So this is this isn't a complete concert. This is highlights and bits and pieces in a similar approach to the Elvis in Person at the International. Sort of gathers together selected performances from throughout that season. But sound quality on this one's pretty decent. I think this is relatively easy to pick up, or it certainly was. I think behind here we're going to see the familiar frontage of the International. So yeah, Elvis Vegas Throat in Person at the International Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada, which is a nice touch because that's exactly how the official release at the time was worded. So there's Vegas Throat. This is a really nice little release. This is Gravel Road Records, and this is called Elvis, The Return of a Prodigy, and it's the August the 3rd, 1969 dinner show. There we go, Elvis, The Return of a Prodigy. Fantastic release, really nicely put together booklet. Now you get some more information there on the gold belt that Elvis would wear started wearing it in earnest in 70, wore it for about 3 years in all sorts of private situations and on stage many times. Wore it at the White House to see Nixon, and wore it at Madison Square Garden in the press conference. And interestingly, on there is the gold microphone that he used during that season. And yeah, here we go again. I also was lucky enough to hold that at the exhibition, and I'll put the photograph up, although I'm looking, I was in awe at that, but I looked grumpy. I wasn't grumpy, honest. So yeah, there's Return of a Prodigy. What do we get? We get the microphone behind that. And we get ourselves a little booklet. Actually, what came with this, I'm not sure if this came with this release, and it's a little envelope, and it's done like a little postcard, and it says Elvis, The Return of a Prodigy, special complimentary 40th anniversary Elvis in Las Vegas gift set from Gravel Road Music. It's got like a little Vegas postmark. Now, I don't know what's in this because it's sealed and I've never opened it. And I was going to open it, but then because it's really gummed down, I think once it's open, you're never going to get that gummed down back together. So I'm taking it there's little postcardy photographs in there, but you'll... wait a minute. This envelope contains a set of two 1969 cards from a set of two... something cards. It's really small, from a set of 4 different cards. God, that's really small. Limited to 500 sets each. Yeah, there's some sort of card. If anyone knows, if anyone's got this release and they have actually opened this, can you let me know in the comments? Because it's going to be I'm going to keep that as an eternal mystery. That's never going to be opened. Right. There we go. There's the booklet. And what I was saying a couple of episodes ago about how brilliant some of these bootleg booklets are, this one's no exception. It's an absolute joy, you know, to see this kind of quality. Again, it virtually indistinguishable from an official release, I'd say. There are some Memphis Recording Service CDs that feature 69 shows, but the reason I haven't pulled them out in this episode is because they're bundled together with 70 shows. So I may well, when we move on to 1970, I may well pull them out, or I may well do a standalone video just on books and CDs and things that sort of bridge the gap between 1969 and 1970. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. The next video I'll upload, I'll look at releases that feature 69 into 70, because that should be a nice little segue then into 1970 releases, books and what have you. Right, the final piece I have to show and share is this Rock and Roll Majesty. I don't know if that's what the label's called. It's a limited 4 CD edition, number 217 of 400. So Elvis 69 in person. And we have CD 1, August 24th, 1969 Midnight Show. We have August 25th, 1969 Midnight Show, August 26th, 1969 Midnight Show, and then as a little bonus we get the Best of the American Sound Sessions, which I think is a really nice little addition. Hopefully you can see that. So we've got 2 discs, a little flap there, and disc 3 and 4, and in there we have a little booklet. Not a tremendous amount to this, but you get your track list and a few photographs from the season. Collage of photographs from the season. And track lists of CD 3 and 4. I think that's a really nice little touch to close that out with selected highlights from the American Sound Sessions, which brings us full circle to the end of 1969, ending up back where we began at American Sound. So there's all my bits and pieces from the live season in 1969. I do hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed it, please do click the like, and if you want to see more from me, please do click on the subscribe. Won't cost you anything and there's no commitment. I always upload new content on Sundays at 6 PM GMT, so you'll always know when to find me. So, having decided a couple of moments ago, next time I'm going to look at releases, books, CDs, whatever, that bridge the gap between 1969 and 1970. Till then, Take care. Ta-da.
We'll meet you again. May God bless you. Adios.